Welcome to the first episode of our podcast, A Thin Line, where we share a different version of the myth you and I grew up with. Our podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, so make sure to check it out every Wednesday when the new episode is released. You can also find bonus mythical content on our Instagram account at athinline.official. Now, let's get into our very first retelling. I've been so eager to share this with you. This story is inspired by a myth that serves as a foundation for Korean shamanism. It's a piece written by me, with some crucial creative input from my sister. But before we begin, take a deep breath, because you are about to hear from a woman sharing her deepest scar. This is the story of Abby. Years ago, there was a married couple who wished for a son. But the mother gave birth to 6 daughters. When she became pregnant once again, they firmly believed it would finally be a boy. Unfortunately, it was still a girl. Filled with disappointment and agony, the couple abandoned their newborn baby in the parking basement of a hospital. And that girl was me. Abby, short for abandoned baby. I was raised by my adoptive parents, who found me in that parking basement and took very good care of me. When I was 16 years old, my biological mother found me and begged me to save my biological father. "Your father is being detained by a loan shark until the debt is fully paid. Your sisters are all married and gone. Now you're the only one left. Please do something. He is your father." "Why should I?" I said. "They never raised me. They never fed me. They are no more than strangers to me." "How can you say that?" she snapped, her voice rising. "Without us, there would be no you. We gave you life. You exist because of us." I was stunned. For a moment, I could not argue. She was right. I existed because of them. That was a fact I could not erase, no matter how much I wanted to. After a long silence, I said quietly, "Fine, I'll meet him." I agreed to meet the loan shark to negotiate. However, he agreed to release my father on one condition. One person had to be exchanged for another. I would stay, and my father would be freed. They said without them, there would be no me. And no matter how much I resented them, that was a fact I could not argue. When the loan shark named his condition, I didn't protest. One life for another. I would stay, and my father would walk free. The door closed behind me. The lock clicked. I wonder, as I was locked up, was it really mine to give? Okay, I think we all just need to take a breath after that one. And I think we all need a second to let the sound of that lock clicking ring in our ears. It's hard to wrap your head around the fact that Abby was abandoned twice. Once in a parking basement and once in a negotiation room. So, let's talk about why I chose Princess Bari. I have been obsessed with Korean culture for a long time. And now that I am studying Korean, I really wanted to dig deeper than just the surface. Then, when I stumbled upon the myth of Princess Bari, I was struck by how it is actually a shamanic song. In the original myth, Bari is basically the mother of shamans. But before she became a goddess, she was just a girl who was thrown away. Just because she wasn't a boy. If you grew up in an Asian household, you would definitely know the word filial piety. It is that deep-rooted duty to your parents that is engraved in our minds since day one. In the original myth, this duty is what drives Bari to save the parents who abandoned her. But as media students, our job is to shine a light on things and question everything. So, I wanted to take this ancient value and put it under a modern microscope. By retelling her story today, I wanted to poke at that wound and ask, if this happened in 2026, would we call it holy duty or would we call it exploitation? Let's talk about our main character. To be honest, I'm still so proud of the name I came up with for her. In the original myth, her full name is Parideki, which literally translates to abandoned baby. So, I shortened it into, well, Abby. It is a way of showing that even in 2026, she is still carrying that label of being thrown away as her primary identity. Now, I have to give a huge shout out to my sister here. When I first started writing this retelling, I had the father framed as being sick and he needed a medical procedure that only Abby could provide. But I showed it to my sister for a second opinion. She said, "Chloe, this needs more impact." She's the one who suggested the loan shark storyline. And honestly, it is perfect. By changing the gatekeeper, which we will come to this sooner, to a loan shark, we make the stakes feel immediate and gritty. It turns a medical tragedy into a social trap. Thanks, sis, for making the story way more intense. A lot of people ask, wait, why can't the other 6 sisters help? In the original myth, they all make excuses. But in my version, they are all married and gone. There is this old phrase in the Chinese community that says, 嫁出去的女儿泼出去的水, which literally means a married daughter is like water splashed out. It is the idea that once a woman marries, she belongs to her husband's family, not her own. This is where the system is so rigged, and it shows how patriarchy works in circles. The sisters are out of the equation because they are someone else's property now. That leaves Abby, who was the never wanted one, as the only one left to pay the family debt. It shows how the family only remembers the daughter they threw away when they realize she's the only asset they have left. In the original myth, Bari has to marry a gatekeeper and give birth to 7 sons to get the medicine for her parents. Honestly, that part disgusted me. Like, why is her value tied to her uterus? How does having the gatekeeper's babies benefit her life? In my version, the loan shark is our gatekeeper. He doesn't want sons, he wants time and freedom. Abby trades her life so her father can walk free. Is she a hero for doing that? Or is she just a victim of biological guilt? Her mom tells her, "You exist because of us." That is a heavy weapon to use against a kid. It's like saying, you are born with a debt you never signed up for, and your only way to pay it off is to disappear, so a man can keep his freedom. Some people might see Bari as the highest form of love. Others might think Abby is just another person brainwashed by a system that tells women they exist to save men. But because you are hearing this story from Abby's perspective, we know she made it out. She's not a goddess at the end of this. She's just a survivor with a voice. Before closing, I want to leave you with this question. Was Abby's life ever hers to give? Or was it a debt she was born with? In the original myth, Bari is rewarded with divinity. In our world, the only reward for women like Abby is the right to tell the story and hope the next generation of daughters don't have to pay the same price. That is all for this episode. I'm very interested in knowing your thoughts on Princess Bari, Abby's story, or even some discussion in the analysis. Feel free to leave a comment on YouTube or podcast review section so that we can hear you out. See you in the second episode next Wednesday. Stay tuned!